Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
From the Strip in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pub Crawl, where each week we struggle to recall our adventures in and around Las Vegas, giving a unique perspective on the best places to tear it up in the entertainment capital of the world. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Alicia and David.
And welcome to Pub Crawl, the best source of Vegas-y drinky goodness. I'm Alicia.
I'm David, and we had a week of weeks this week.
The best week ever?
Maybe. But before we get into that...
Welcome the live studio audience. And also welcome the live chat room.
Chat room's always over there.
It's everywhere.
Even though it's everywhere. Before we get into things, if you'd like to get a hold of us, you can at pubcrawl at vegasvideonetwork.com. I said too many ats. It's just pubcrawl at vegasvideonetwork.com. Toll-free listener line.
Give it to us.
1-866-966-9945. Right? No! $45.99.
10 push-ups.
Push-ups.
On the bar. That doesn't look like a push-up.
push-up.
It looks...
Well, it would be the first time I humped a bar.
Oh, all right.
And now I'm off the game.
Roku. Check us out on Roku.
Roku is all the rage. I think it's the gift this year. It's like the Elmo. Remember when Elmo was like the thing to have? I think it's Roku this year.
Yes, do you remember Furbies?
Yes. You still have a Furby.
I do.
I tried to relocate it, and that was a kind of an incident.
Yeah.
That's my Furby. It's like, you can get them now. Well, I can go as far back. It's Christmas time. Let's have a little Christmas discussion. I can go back to my first thing, the first time I remember this ever happening.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Cabbage Patch.
Yep.
That was the mad rush for, it was Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, we couldn't afford a Cabbage Patch Kids, so my mom actually made me one.
Really?
Yeah. It's really cute.
That's really sad.
It was really cute. Made me happy.
I had all the Cabbage Patch Kids I wanted.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's very strange.
I had all of them.
Boy.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know what they are. I mean, I know what they are, but I don't know if they had names or whatever. But didn't the original Cabbage Patch Kids, they were individual, like one-offs? Like they made them and you had a name and a birth certificate? And
I don't know if there might have been like, certain ones. I don't think they're all original.
there was that, then there was a couple video game things, like the Xbox was a big deal, and like, PlayStation 2 was huge. But then Elmo, Tickle Me Elmo is what it was. It was a big deal. But this year it's going to be the Roku.
I think so.
Just so you could watch Vegas Video Network.
That's right.
Did you hear Vegas Video Network had 26 billion views in 14 days on live stream? See that?
That was a rounding error.
Yeah. I round up. I'm kind of an optimist. It was like 1,075 million minutes in 75 days.
A million viewer minutes in 75 broadcasts.
You know how many minutes a minute that is?
A lot.
I can't even figure that. That's a lot of minutes per minute.
Wow.
It took me a long time to do all that by myself.
So, watch us on Roku. Also, follow us on Twitter. VLV Locals is us. Vegas Video Network is the network itself. The mighty KSHP, 1400 AM, Friday nights here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah. You can listen to our show and others. iTunes, audio and video. Video's got the black screen. Inside thing. It's awesome. And I think that's it. Oh, YouTube. Follow rates. The kids love YouTube.
There you
go. Let's, without further ado, get to my favorite part of the show.
And mine.
Cocktail of the week. a literary cocktail.
It is.
Very literary. I don't know why it's called.
It's another classic.
We're doing round 12 of our classic cocktail month. We do 12 shows a month here, so we got 75 minutes.
That's right.
And 1 million
Check out
hours.
that math.
All right. This, ladies and gentlemen, the Hemingway. Actually, it's just Hemingway. Look at this. White rum, maraschino liqueur, which I love to death, grapefruit juice, which I don't particularly, lime juice, and simple syrup. This is a classic. Notice there's no mixers. It's all just stuff you can come across. So, let's do it. You made me one of these last night. No, you didn't make me one of these last night.
I made myself one last night.
I was waiting for that.
Yes.
Ice.
Ice. Okay, so yes. Cocktail shaker filled with ice.
That it is.
And I hope this all fits in there. It should.
Oh, yeah, it's only...
Okay. So 3 ounces of white rum.
Whoa, that's a lot.
This is for 2 drinks, again.
Right.
As we
As
make
we
our
do.
drinks.
And those are my rough... I don't know. See, this thing didn't come with I don't know what size these are. When you buy a real jigger, they have the...
I think that's 1 and that's 1.5.
You can get multiple different sizes. You can get the 1.5 and 1. You can get the half and the 2. I mean, there's a million different jiggers you can get. This, I have no idea. I think it's 1 and like a 3/4. I don't know. So I just kind of...
That was 3?
No, that was 2. Okay. But I'm making them really big, so I'm probably going to do... And I think it's a 1.5. So it probably was 3. I think. That seems like a pretty big shot. So I'm going to do...
Then you're going to do a 1/2 ounce of maraschino liqueur.
That is such good stuff. Now, this is actually just the maraschino flavored liqueur. But you think that's that red syrupy crap that comes with
No, this is actually
cherries, but that's what it smells
light.
like. It smells like cherries, but it's clear. Remember that soda? That was not all the rage during Christmas. There was like a New York soda or whatever. And remember, it was all sodas, but it was all clear. It was a rage for like 6 months.
Oh, I remember that.
Like in high school. And everybody was like, you got the cola, but it was all clear. And the cherry was clear. Like New York seltzer.
I remember seeing that, and I was only like 5.
25.
No, I wasn't.
How much of this?
1/2 ounce.
Okay. I'll do this one. 5. No, you might have been. This was in the early 70s, so you were probably.
Stop it. Okay, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice.
Hand squeezed by my darling.
Yes.
Now, see, that's going to be good because that's hand. We had some grapefruits. And you. Okay, how much?
1 ounce.
Oh, that's a lot. Good because it's hand squeezed with little pulpy bits in it.
It's okay. You're going to strain.
I'm straining.
Okay. 1.5 ounces of lime juice.
Strain to get this down. Wait, what's that?
Stop it. 1.5 ounces of lime juice.
That's a lot of lime juice.
But you need that acid to cut this drink.
Oh, listen to the pro
I'm
here.
learning.
Okay.
And 1.5 ounces of simple syrup.
Jeez, you weren't kidding. There's a lot of stuff. 1.5? Mm-hmm. A lot of sugar. Bouncing off the walls. The whole episode's making this one dang drink. All right.
Okay, then you
now what do I do?
Shake and strain.
Which should be our nicknames. Did I already say that a couple weeks ago?
I don't think so. I'm shake and you're strain.
I'm straining. Look at that. And of course, you know us, we do not garnish. What would you garnish it with? Lime? Lemon?
This is no garnish.
Oh, there you go.
That looks pretty.
It looks boozy. Like you.
Thank you. Like you.
That's just a few of my favorites. Look at that. I mean, how did you see me just kind of almost free pour this? And look at that. Like I knew what I was doing.
Lots of practice.
It is. The Hemingway.
The Hemingway. Let's try this.
Oh, that's so good. So it's named after Muriel?
So
is that her name?
No, it's not Muriel. Okay. No, it's not.
Give us a drunk term.
Okay, this week's drunk term is roadside Olympics. So this is basically if you got caught DUI. This is the roadside sobriety test.
Oh, you don't want to get in the roadside
Right,
Olympics.
walk the line.
Oh, wow.
So
It's kind of like the roadside special Olympics.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, I don't want to compete in that game.
No, I don't think anybody
You know
does.
what? Remember in my how not to get thrown in jail segment at the end, I have a little segment about that, about how not to do that.
Is this the...
Yo, it is.
Oh.
But before we do that, we have our cocktail with all business taken care of. Let's do a station ID. Come back with the pub crawl adventure.
Traditional media believes that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
And we're back.
History lesson, young folks. 1955. We started out with just the two musicians.
Yeah, walking the line. You don't want to do that. Sorry. So, this week's pub crawl was another food fest. I don't know what's up with us in the food.
I don't know.
We got to stop. Christmas is coming.
It'll be the New Year's resolution.
My Christmas pudding's getting a little
Right.
pudding-y. This is wonderful, by the way. And the little floats of pink stuff in there is really good. It looks very artisan-y because it's got
Doesn't it?
you know, like artisan bread has chunks of stuff in it. I don't know if that's good or not, but
I think we probably could have done a better job at straining the pulp out.
I didn't strain nothing. I mean, I didn't squeeze that stuff.
Okay.
Let's start off, ladies and gentlemen, with, I'm not kidding here when I say this, and I'm not kidding. I found it.
Good for you. Jeez.
I don't know if that's like me taking credit for next week's show. Jacob had nothing to do with it. I found, you happened to be sitting next to me, and when I found it, the best pizza in the world.
In the world? That's a bold statement.
I give up. Okay, it's the second best pizza in the world.
Yeah.
But I think it's the best pizza I've had in 8 years, best pizza I've ever had in Vegas. I think
best in Vegas also.
It's a rough call. We're gonna have I think next week we might be doing a little throwdown on.
Might have to go back and do a little more.
Ooh, I can do that. We might have a top 5 list on our year-ending show next week. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is Duverne Pizza, and it's awesome. You got to go there.
Okay, it's Dua Forni.
And I said it wrong to the guy. How embarrassing was that?
Yeah,
I'm like, Duo Forini. Damn, you guys are awesome.
If you're searching for it, it's spelled. The website is DUEFORNI.com.
Okay, first off, it is in the sticks. When I mean the sticks.
To us, because we're pretty central, like strip area all the time, and this was.
It's not like.
It's a bit of a drive.
It's not like Scott Whitney's house sticks, but it's sticks. You know, you wouldn't want to go from this place to that place.
Yeah.
But I'm saying.
So the address here, it's 3555 South Town Center Drive.
I'm checking my invitations for the Christmas party, which will be this Saturday at the Whitney Villa. Uh-oh. It appears that Dave and Alicia have been taken off the list.
Hey, don't take me off the list.
Okay, Alicia, you can come with
Thanks, I'll be
Dave.
there.
Dave, I don't see you on there.
Oh, we kid because we love. Now, this place, other direction, but this is west as west gets. Actually, it's pretty. It's Summerlin. Well, is it Summerlin? I don't know.
Yeah.
It is worth the drive, ladies and gentlemen. This was unbelievable. Okay, we were going around town looking for pizzas. What we were doing, we were looking for pizza sauce, Italian delis. We found an Italian deli, which I don't remember the name of. It's like Serene, Serine or something like that, Serena, whatever. It was good. I was like, you know what, now I'm in the mood for pizza. And it was Italian deli, but they didn't have any pizza. Rocco's was right there that we love, which I might list as number 1 or 2, or it's in the top 3. Like, but we've had that. Let's see if there's anything good around here. On a whim, I just Yelped or whatever. Number 2 pizza around is this Duo Farini. It's all, because Town Center Drive, I mean, you'd have to find it. It's fancy pants. Like, it's a fancy bar.
Okay, so they have It's like 5 or 6 different pizzas that you can get.
And I like that. That's it.
And they're already set. They're made a certain way.
There is no, I don't think you can get like, can I get a pepperoni pizza?
No,
Right?
although you can get it in 2 styles, the Neapolitan or the Roman
Roma.
style.
We learned we liked the Roma. Well, we'll tell the story because first off, we barely went. We only went because it was daytime because they got to change their name. It's called Duo Farini Pizza and Wine. Now, it was the middle of the day, so we weren't drinking anyway, so we didn't care. And I told the bartender / owner guy, and I kind of felt bad when I said this. I said, if this was at night, we wouldn't have came here because it didn't sound like you had a bar. It's called Pizza and Wine.
And
But they're a full bar,
yeah.
and they're a mixology bar, not even listed. I mean, it's called Pizza and Wine. That's a little weird marketing thing. But you're right, 5 pizzas, right? And that's it.
5 or 6.
And they'll tell you which ones come better with the Roman crust or the Neapolitan. What that means is, do you have the
Yeah, the Roman it's more of like a cracker thin crust.
Right.
And the Neapolitan is a more chewy.
They're both thin.
They're both thin, but it's just a chewy, more traditional.
So we walked in, sat at the bar. It looked closed. We walked in, there was quite a few people there, real fancy, in a really nice, brand new building. Little. Sat down at the bar. Hey, they got a bar. So we got a beer, which I loved the beer I got. It was not Peroni, it was the other.
That was the Moretti.
Moretti, loved it. You got something you didn't, wasn't that great. He just got some new bottle beers. But anyway, we got their beer that was named after them, Duo Farini. And we said, well, what kind of crust do you want? You want the Roma or the, we were asking. He said, well, certain ones come, they can get either ones, but I would tell you which to get on which. I go, we want to do a Farini. He goes, we'll get the Roma crust. All right.
So the ingredients on this pizza here.
Wait. Say it slowly and
Okay.
sexy because this is literally this is literally food porn to me. This was list the ingredients.
Okay. San Marzano tomatoes, buffalo mozzarella, house-made sausage, Nusca's bacon, and piquillo peppers.
Nusca's bacon.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
But, okay, oh my God, this thing was so good. That bacon, it was just crumbled so thin. It was almost like,
Never saw it.
Like little tiny, tiny crunchy piece of bacon, and the whole thing was smoky. And that buffalo mozzarella, it's fresh, it's cut.
Creamy.
It's like sliced. It was so good.
Okay, they only come in one size. They're 14 inches. But they're like, they're not even like round. They're just kind of, you can tell they're not.
Yeah, they're like hand forms. They're kind of like weird shape.
Yeah, and it was really cracker thin. The crust was that crunchy yet chewy. Oh my God, it was literally. So we ate it and went, we need another one.
Because it was small. It was small. We're like, we wanted to try another one to see.
So we said,
try the other style of
Let's give us 2 more beers, and we want another pizza. Now, the only problem with this joint is they only have one size pizza, and they range from $14 to $20.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, some of the other, like the other one that we didn't get, which was on the highest, most expensive pizza, was called the Tartufo.
With the black truffle.
Black truffle, Parmesan cheese, some fontina, roasted cremini, and an over easy baked egg on top.
Oh. Well, he said, no, that's what he said. Certain pizzas like that, you have to get the thicker crust.
Just to support all the ingredients.
So we said, well, we want to try the other crust. What do you recommend? And there was this one, the prosciutto.
Prosciutto and mushrooms
is one we got. And it was unbelievable. It didn't have a red sauce. So I don't think they had sauce on it at all. I didn't like it as much as the other one. But we're red sauce pizza people. But it was incredible, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was also twice as filling because it was a different crust. It's a little thicker and it's a lot doughier than the other one. Anyway, the only thing I could say bad about this place, our bill was like $70 for lunch.
But I mean,
we got 2 pizzas and 4 beers.
Yeah. But you know what? It was worth it.
Oh, no.
I would say if you bring in somebody in town to try pizza,
It
pretty
was
good.
like the best pizza. I mean, Grimaldi's, Rocco's, Settebello, which is this kind of pizza, but I wasn't crazy about that, so we're going to have to try that probably this weekend and do just to give it a test to see if it was as good as that place. It was incredible. I've never had better pizza. I mean, we were this toe curling kind of pizza. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so you should go check it out.
Mm-hmm. So then chaos. So then we're like, okay, now it's 1. We've had a couple beers. What are we going to do? Cowboy Christmas. Yee-haw. By the way, before we can get into the Cowboy situation, which was huge this week. Oh, we have an email.
Oh.
Or not an email. A chat.
Todd wants to know, is Alicia not fond of the drink of the week? He's literally watching you drink that.
Oh, really? No, I love it. I'm trying to pace myself.
Right, because we only want to have one, because they're bold.
So
Because they're bold. No, I do love it.
Okay, just so I can make sure.
So this was Cowboy Month in December. It is Cowboy Month in Vegas. There is the National Finals Rodeo, the Cowboy Christmas thing. Yes, the ho 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 downtown with for everybody from Merle Haggard to Tammy Wynette. Everybody. This is a cowboy town. It's a cowboy town all the time, but during December it's out of control. We go to the Cowboy Christmas every year. It's a big swap meet, so to speak, trade show kind of thing at
all the spangly belt buckles you could ever dream of.
It's so funny. I did want to make a joke, like when you walk in, I wanted to ask like the booth owner, like, "Do you got anything with rhinestone on it?" I mean, literally, it's covered in rhinestones. We got cool necklaces. Where are they?
At home. They didn't match my outfit.
Oh, I love my necklace. Great. I mean, if you're looking for saddle, I mean, but it's for real stuff, like saddles and like the little parts of saddles that you need to.
Oh, and we learned something about cowboy boots.
What did we learn? Oh, yeah. What did we learn?
Well, we're wondering, like, why all these cowboy boots, they look regular on the bottom, but then they've got, like, really crazy colors and patterns on top.
On the top, yeah. You ever notice that? Like, yeah, the bottom looks like snakeskin or leather, and then it's a man boot. And I'm saying this because because cowboy boots have two pieces, the top and then the foot. Right? This part sometimes is bright pink with green lacing on it.
Yeah, like weird stuff. Like a cowboy would wear that.
And I finally got the gumption to ask the guy.
The sales guy.
Like, hey, why y'all make them boots like that? Well, I asked him, because I thought maybe it was just they don't sell them that way. That just shows the different colors you can get. No, they come like that. What did you think he said? I thought he said like it's like wearing crazy socks.
Well, it's like what he said to us was it's like when a girl wears sexy underwear, so when she bends over, people can see it. Or like when the guy at the bar crosses his legs, not crosses his legs, like moves his legs and then his jeans come up a little bit. People are like, oh, look at that guy.
He's a wild man. He's got a pink and green top on his. I mean, I thought it was kind of nice.
I thought that was cool though. It's like and like you said, like businessmen wearing crazy socks.
Right.
It's like just. They know they're wearing something special.
Right, okay. I guess.
But I thought that was kind of interesting.
Like, kind of, well.
Look at that.
Kind of like that.
Nice.
No, but those are crazy all around.
No, come on.
So we did that. That's always fun. It's great for Christmas shopping.
I learned how to train a horse.
Yes, you did.
That was very interesting.
You learned how to train a horse to sit down.
To sit. Right. Yes, there's a horse trainer there.
So it's Cowboy Christmas. Why not? Then. Right about Cowboy Christmas, I was like, I was going to buy something, like a frog skin something or other, and I went, I don't have a credit card.
He lost his card.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I lost my card on my birthday.
Remember you guys remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago you lost yours, and then found out a week later when they wrote you on Facebook. This was, I can't believe this. Maybe we should stop drinking. I lost my card too. But I'm like, wait a minute. Let's think.
I don't think it's a drinking. It's because we move around too much.
I said this to some members of the live studio audience that this week we have like 9 things on our adventure. I think we did 9 other things. I mean, we did a lot this week. So I'm like, okay, where did I use it? Figured it out that Thursday night we met a friend that was in town. Lieutenant Lois was in town for one day. Mm-hmm. So we had met up with her. I'm like, only time I used it was Sin City Brewing Company. That's where it is. So I tried to call him. You can't call a bar in a casino. You just can't do it. So let's go to the Flamingo. So let's give us an excuse to go to the Flamingo. So we drove the Flamingo, went to Sin City Brewing. As soon as I walked in, he goes, you left your card. Like, yep. He goes, it's at security. You got to go downstairs and do all that.
So we got to adventure and go into the bowels of this place.
The bowels of the Flamingo, which is actually kind of nice. The bowels of a Flamingo. That sounds like a Bizarre Foods episode.
Ooh, I don't want to eat that.
So, can you eat flamingo?
Probably.
I mean, why not? You never hear of anybody eating flamingo. Yeah, it's a fowl. How bad can it be? So, get the car. We go back. And now, we weren't going to stay there. But it's like, you know what? It's happy hour. They have a pitcher of beer for $7. So
and they had 2-for-1 wells and by the way, this was the best spot for people watching.
I think it's actually that should be a top 5 best people watching spots.
Yeah.
Because this is got to be one of the best.
Because this bar is sitting right in a hallway.
It's between the monorail and the Flamingo, in the Flamingo hallway, and it's also between that and it's the turn you take out to the pool. So you're literally in this hallway just looking at everything. And it was a big, humongous naval graduation was happening.
Yeah.
The Cowboys were in town. So it was like
there was tons of weddings and drunk wedding parties.
It was just nuts. It was so fun. We sat there for hours, like way longer than we wanted to. We just sat there all day and just watched.
We actually had a couple things that we should have done, but we needed to go to, but we said, let's just sit here and people watch.
How we do. So we just sat there and watched people walk by. It was great people watching. Also watching people order drinks. I'm learning a lot. We got to know the bartender a little bit there, just from there. And it was so funny because they're having, normally every day you can get 2 pitchers for $7, right? No, 2 pitchers for $15, whatever it is.
Yeah, or sometimes you can get 1 for $7.
During happy hour, you get 1 for $7. So, but people would come up, and these are what I would describe as jerks. And these are just people who are generally jerks. I mean, I'm not saying they were trying to be mean. They're just people that are just asses, and they're just always asses. These are the people that come up to a service person and go, give me a drink. And the person tries to say, hey, just give me a drink. Mm-hmm. We watched this happen several times. He comes up to the guy, the bartender, and goes, give me a beer. And the bartender goes, hey, we're having a special right now. Just give me a beer. And I watched the bartender kind of look over a wink at us and pour them a beer for $6.50.
Right, when you can get a pitcher for $7.
But because they were jerks, and he's trying to tell them, and they went, just give me a beer.
Well, but what was funny, that one guy who did it, the first guy,
awesome.
He ended up sitting next to us on the other side, and then he was...
he watched us all order pitchers.
He looked kind of sad. He was like,
why does everybody have a pitcher?
On? Yeah, what's going on? And so he finally realized it. Then did you have an order? I don't think
he did. Well, you were kind of a little loud going, I don't know what you were saying. Like, every time someone would say, I'll have a pitcher, and you go $7, and you go, well, that's quite a deal, isn't it? That 1 pitcher for $7, because he was right behind me. And but finally, he asked the guy next to him.
I think he felt silly.
Well, yeah, but he was a jerk.
Maybe he learned something.
Maybe he did. Maybe he learned something that day. So if they're going to tell you about a special, they're not selling you a timeshare. Listen to them. It's beer. How bad can the special be? It's like the Chateau deal. Oh wait, we went up there that one time. Hey, we want a couple beers. Whoa. If you get a pitcher, you get a free pizza. Literally, that was the deal. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. I mean,
twist my arm.
But you imagine probably people up there, just give me a beer.
Yep.
So from there, went to Bootlegger because we were going to check about New Year's. Love Bootlegger. We were there in the daytime. This isn't even on our list. It's just because we went there.
We stopped in.
Just had a great time there. We barely left there. We had things to do, but that place is so fun. We had to leave because we were going to eat again, and we couldn't have more pizza. So we had to get out of there. Ooh, chat question.
That's actually for me. Have you been at Bootlegger on Monday night?
No.
So they have a jazz thing going there where some really amazing players from around here just go and just jam.
Really?
It's outstanding.
This is the late night.
Yeah, it's the thing that's hosted by Kelly Clinton Holmes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's married to Clint Holmes.
Right.
It's really impressive.
Wow.
You should check it out.
Yeah, I mean, we love that place. In fact, we go in there, we always have a great, it's just so cozy. That's usually late nights, 24 hours. 24-hour pizza, 24-hour bar. I mean, it's just amazing. We had some things to do. We had a club to go to. We had some things. So we're like, oh, let's get out of here. But we're still working on our New Year's plans. Are we going to do it here? Or, hey, let's stop by McMullen's Irish Pub. We stopped in there. They're going to do a big New Year's thing, so we haven't figured out what we're going to do yet. So we stopped in there, had a pint, then headed over to the Vegas Rock and Roll Cantina again.
Which is, again, recently opened.
Just recently opened. Always a good time. Well, so far it's been a good time for the last month. I hope it stays open.
Oh, and we actually found some more history about that place.
Oh, yeah.
So
it was Jose Frog's. Senior
Hogg's prior to this, and then a couple, I think like 2 bars prior to that, it was Senor Frog's.
Senor Frog's for one day.
Yes, we heard.
The famous Mexican bar chain opened there for one day, and then the Mexican investor stole all the money, and then they closed the next day.
That was a good catch.
No, that's what I do for. I didn't really, but that was good. But yeah, that place has been there forever. It's on Sahara, whatever. That's not really part of our thing, but that was just somewhere we happened to go. Then, okay, this is a great review place because, okay, Duo Farino, I give a 10, right?
It's Duofornia.
That place with
Yes.
the pizza. I give a 10. Okay, then we went to E String Grill and Poker Bar. That I also give a 10.
Okay, so this is off the strip.
Well, so is Duo Farino.
Yeah, well, okay, so
This isn't
these,
as far
both,
off
both
strip.
these places are off the strip.
Yeah, this is on 2031 West Sunset Road. If you've been to Henderson, know anything about Henderson, you know where this place is.
Yeah, if it's kind of, I guess, next to Sunset Station. Ish. Like close, that would be your closest casino.
Yeah, it's look, Vegas ain't very big, people. It really is not. I mean, if you had to drive all the way from the Wynn to East String, you might be talking 12, 13 minutes. I mean, really, we're not talking a whole lot, but
why would people want to go there?
because. Anyway, the next place we went after that was, oh, you want to know specifically why?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I thought I was in either, I don't know, Nashville or maybe Austin or someplace like this. It's E string, like a guitar E string. It's a music store, no kidding.
AJ's Music.
AJ's Music. It's a bar, and it's a live venue. All done in a style that I'm usually not fond of. I call it Fender style. And what I mean by that, it's that really obvious Fender guitar, everything, you know, the tables are shaped like guitars, and there's a Fender logo everywhere, and it's all that kind of musician for non-musician kind of thing. This is done so perfectly well and awesome that it's cool. You know, it's like, it's bitchin'. I loved every inch of this place.
It's got a great layout. So when you first walk in, you've got the music, vintage music store. It's got like you can repair guitars on the left-hand
And they
side.
had nothing like Japanese or Korean in that
Yeah, they
place.
had
It was
really good
all
stuff.
Fenders, all Gibsons. All the amps were just. It's a serious music store. It ain't Guitar Get. This is like an actual music store,
And then right to the right is the bar.
which was killer.
Great. Yeah, and then if you go actually kind of like diagonally to the right in, it would be the dining room and stage.
Right. We went in there. They had pizza, so we got pizza again.
Pizza weekend. And they had pretty good pizza.
It was not bad for regular pizza. I mean, it wasn't like Duo Farini fancy $16 pizza. It was like just a nice, good, awesome pizza. The drinks were good. The music was good.
But this place has it's got live entertainment 7 nights a week.
7 nights. We were in there.
And actually Saturdays they have jazz.
And Mondays.
And Mondays.
Or Tuesday or whatever. They got like jazz. They got blues nights.
They've got karaoke. It looks like I was looking at the calendar. You can go to their website, eastringlive.com, and they've got like it's karaoke like pretty much Tuesday through Sunday or Tuesday through Saturday.
I couldn't believe how cool this was. I took a video of it. It was too long to show on the show, but it was like I wanted to post it like to Facebook and say, "Wow, Austin is great this time of year." And people would have said, "Really?" I'm like, "Oh no, we're in Vegas." But it looked like because it had a music store and a pub and I mean, it was so good. The guys there was nobody on stage under, I don't know, 90.
No, not 90. It was, well, we were watching the Pete Contino band.
And that
his
guy's awesome.
blues.
We saw him at Fish Camp years ago, so we went specifically to see him.
It was, I mean, it was an awesome jam. They'd have like Pete's band went up, and then these other guys who were just sitting in the audience.
Random,
I
just
swear the
jazz
whole
dudes.
audience there was just these old like jazz musicians.
They
They'd
all
all
got up, like-
get up and switch out and jam. And
One guy would play the harp, the other guy would play bass, the other guy. I mean, it was literally like being at. I likened, I like that word, to the old Matador on Decatur in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It felt a lot like that New Orleans kind of just people are jamming, and the next guys that get up are even better than the last ones.
and this place, it's just a local spot. It's got it's
10. I give it a 10.
I love it.
Chat.
Airport Limbo wants to know, are there any private karaoke rooms in Vegas, or is everything in public rooms? I think he wants to sing naked.
Right. Well, there
Oh,
is.
naked.
And it's on Sahara. And it's funny, I just talked about this with you last week. I was just talking to you.
Chinatown?
No. Yes. And that's where we were. We were in Chinatown. And it is called, I don't know it offhand, but it does have the separate rooms.
There's several places in town.
And I
that have
said, and
that.
it's funny because I didn't know what that was for. We had this discussion. I'm like, I don't know what's the point of that, of just singing with just your friends. But I guess that's like how you're supposed to do karaoke. And it's actually got karaoke in the name. It's like Karaoke Junction or Karaoke something.
Yeah.
And that's the name of it. And it's in Chinatown.
Chinatown.
So yes, they do have that. I don't know what it is, but So E Street Grill, another 10. We're like batting 1,000 this weekend. And then
cheap drinks there.
Yeah, they were cheapish. Oh,
I
probably
10.
4.
A 10. A 10.
Oh, wait.
I know, it's a first.
Duo
it's a
Farini?
10. 9.
9?
It wasn't, when the food was great, the drinks were kind of expensive, and I'm a sucker for live music.
Okay.
Cheap drinks and just the whole ambiance.
E String was literally, I don't know what's going to keep us out of there like all the time. I mean, it was that good. Okay, so anyway, we're batting 1,000 here. 10 plus 10, 1,000. And then all of a sudden, things come to a completely screeching halt. Right here.
He's going to be really rough on this place.
Okay. One of the things that we leave out, ladies and gentlemen,
okay,
is...
what is the name of the show, by the way?
Wait. It's called Pub Crawl.
And where were we?
Not at a pub, that's for
Right.
sure. Okay, here's what happened. But we were at a pub, somewhere in between, I don't know, Vegas, Rock and Roll Cantina and East String, somewhere. We were at Winchell's, which is we talked about on the show, which the Whitneys had their first meal at.
Not the donut.
Not the donut
place.
shop, the bar. So one of the things when we say we don't make stuff up, but we leave stuff out, was we were at Winchell's. The bartender at Winchell's, we were watching the game. That's a good place to go and watch the game on Sunday mornings. Mm-hmm. We were watching the game, and we were talking to the most soft-spoken bartender in the world. In fact, she's got to really not kick it up a notch. She's pretty, and she's really nice, and she's really friendly.
Her name's Kat. She's awesome.
And she's like, "You guys, what are you guys
She's
want
very
today?"
soft-spoken and sweet.
We're like, "Well, y'all, we want some beer," like, come on. Anyway, so we said, "Well, what's good here? What during the specials and blah 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 for football?" So I went to sliders. They were out of sliders. Yada, this whole big rigmarole at the bar, and the people next to us, older folks, said, "I don't mean to interrupt, but I heard you guys talking about chicken fingers." Because I said, because I asked Kat at Winchell's, are your chicken fingers, or are they just frozen, whatever? She said, "I'll get something else." I'm like, okay. I get what you're saying. Because if you make your own, I'll eat them. The lady next to us, rode across the bar. Mm-hmm. I heard you guys say it. You know who's got the best chicken fingers in the world? Who? Blue Ox Tavern. Blue Ox Tavern. We'll get to that later.
The audience just growled.
So anyway.
Weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like a
bear in the audience. But then Kat came over and said, "Oh, are you guys into like food and like good food and all this stuff?" And I go, "Well, and going out and having a good time, whatever." Well, yeah, it's kind of our middle names. Anyway, you know what you got to try? Wait, you know what you got to try? There's this charming little place, and she starts going into, and we've heard this from 10 different people. There's an antique mall over on Sunset and Eastern.
Right by Sunset Park.
Right by Sunset Park, by the airport. There's an antique mall, which I've never been to.
I go there. I walk around. It's very cool.
Anyway,
I'm a lady.
Inside there's a cafe, and I've heard this from several people, even males, that said this place is off the chain, this cafe in the antique mall. How good can it be? So Kat said, "You got to go." So you know what we did? We got to go. So somewhere after, between East String and Blue Ox and whatever, we ended up going into this middle of the day. It was raining, whatever day that was. We go into the antique mall, which is, oh my God, an antique mall. And then there's this market tea room at 6665 South Eastern Avenue.
Yeah.
Man, was that the granniest, most grannified,
okay, this is coming from a guy.
old
He's a
lady
guy.
joint I've ever seen.
It was actually pretty funny though, because this was lunchtime.
It's only open for lunch.
Yeah, they're only open for lunch, and
Jeez
there's nothing
Louise.
but blue hairs in there. And this place is pretty small. It's about, I don't know, maybe the size of
Like the size of our stage.
the stage right here.
It probably fits 25 people. The line was at the door.
It was packed. There was more than 25 people in there, and they were all just like.
Okay, first off, it was the loudest bar.
Loud.
It was the loudest restaurant I've ever been in my life. I mean, you know what, Blondie's or McMullen's or any
Carnival Court.
Carnival Court.
Nothing.
These old bats can just howl, man. I mean, it was literally like being in a chicken coop. I have never in my life heard a bar, or that's not a bar, but a restaurant that loud. It was deafening. It's like, blah, 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 blah. It was like, oh my God. And they were wearing shawls. and like doilies and stuff. I mean, it was out of control. They're eating scones.
The crustless sandwiches.
Crustless sandwiches with watercress and little cucumbers.
Yeah, and okay.
I'm like, are you kidding me? There was one other guy there, and he looked over at me like this. Like, dude. I'm like, dude, I know. And I'm like, what are we gonna do? I mean, it was okay. But I gotta say, on the special was pulled pork sliders. I went, hey, I'll get the man item. I see they have one thing for guys. Right. You were on the phone doing a business thing, so I was like, you said just order me something.
Oh yeah, so this is the funny part too, because I'm on the phone. I had to take care of something for like an hour, and so I sent him in.
I'm in there by myself.
To order, and so he's sitting by himself, just like
playing Angry Birds, getting angry, like and
that's bad. But the food was good. So you ordered
the food actually was good.
The food was amazing. They make their own soup there, so it was like this vegetable soup and a tuna sandwich, and they have all these like nice little teas. They had a hibiscus.
Pumpkin chai.
He got pumpkin chai.
And you got.
I got hibiscus.
Hibiscus. I don't even know what a hibiscus is.
It's a flower.
Okay. It's anyway. This.
But you know what? It was really good. And this, I haven't eaten here before, but I've walked around the antique mall because I like antiques. I'm sorry to say.
Right.
But I always thought if my mom ever came to visit, Mama, where's my mama? I would take her. I would take her here.
And no, this is a total perfect mom, aunt, grandma place.
Yeah.
Don't take your boys. I'm just saying, don't take the boys.
Don't.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, oh my.
But again,
it wasn't made for me.
We're called Pub Crawl, not Antique Mall Crawl.
Right, exactly. That's true. We're not Antique Roadshow.
No.
I mean, it was. In fact, I know what day it was because I said, you know what, we got to go watch the game at a sports bar just to reacclimate.
Oh, it was Monday.
Because this was out of control. The food was good though. I do have to say, the food was good. So anyway. Right across the street was Blue Ox Central, which we never been. Well, I think we've been into a couple times, but never.
No, we've been there before, and I've.
You always liked it, and I was always like, I don't really get it. I mean, whatever. It's just a bar. I did get the chicken fingers. I'm saying a 10. Well, no, they're not. They're a 9. Because they're still better, but they were good.
I'm saying a 9 for those.
Because you know what I like? I like when someone rips their own chicken and batters and fries.
They were good. Chicken. They had a tempura batter.
They got like a tempura batter, really light, crispy. We ordered one order, and it was like just a huge pile and homemade chips at this little poop hole. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, I wouldn't call it that.
Okay, it's not. It's just a regular random bar. It's just a bar. There's nothing fancy about it at all. They should have a huge sign out front that says, we make our own chips and chicken fingers. What are they thinking, not even advertising? If we didn't hear that from the other blue hair, we'd have never even ordered them. It's really bad. They got to step their game up because it was incredible. So that's what we came up with. We got to figure out who our best chicken fingers are. And they're in the top 3 for sure. Now, there's other Blue Oxes, I think. And I don't know if they all have them, but that one did.
I cannot verify that.
But the one on 6,000 Eastern, you can see the T market was 6665 Eastern. Blue Ox was 6,000 Southeastern.
Yeah, so you can stop by, look at some antiques, and then go get some chicken fingers.
I'm saying these chicken fingers were awesome. Very good. So it was. We did a really good. We ate way too much. So I mean, you just heard us eat 3 pizzas, and chicken fingers, and that's not all we had. Chad.
Oh.
Just so you know, that karaoke place is called Karaoke Q.
That's it. All right. I knew it was in the name. Okay. And yeah, you can sit in your little room and do whatever you got to do. But
sing.
No, we did so like I said, we ate a lot, drank a lot, but we had a hoot and hollering time. We had a lot of pizza. But yeah, Blue Ox. And
that was
Duo Forno. But anyway, if you don't listen to anything we say,
Duo Forni.
Go to that. Do the Duo Forni. You got to do that. That's so good.
It was. Oh, yes.
I want to go now, but $70 though. That was the only problem. Hey guys, $70. A lot.
Well, it's good.
You can get a foot massage for that.
I'd rather have a pizza.
Me too. Anyway, so that was our adventure. You heard enough from us. Let's move to a segment we call Hey Bartender.
Yeah. And we're back.
Yes, we're back. Email. This is where we hear from you.
Yes. Okay. So we've got one this week. It's from Adam from Illinois. Hey, Dave and Alicia, love the show. I'm coming to Vegas in January for the Consumer Electronics Show.
CES.
I'm
See
reading.
that? See what I just did there?
That's CES. That's very good. Very good, David. I'm reading that January in Vegas can bring everything from a light dusting of snow to what would be considered fall temperatures here in Illinois, 50 to 60 degrees. From a local's perspective, what kind of clothes should I be bringing, especially if we want to be on the Strip or in Fremont in the evening? Well, I'm sure it varies from place to place. Do the bars and casinos typically have it on the warm side, and do they typically have some kind of coat check?
This is like one of the best emails I've ever seen in my life, and not just on our show, just in general. Okay, it's freezing during CES. It's snow during CES. It won't snow this year, but it will be, at night, it'll be in the 30s. In the days, it'll be in the 50s. So, but you know what? He hit the nail on the head, because you're going to walk into the casino, and it's going to be 75.
Yeah, if you're already staying on the Strip, I would just say just bring a light jacket.
Yeah, that's what we don't even have heavy coats. We just run from the casino.
But if you're going to Fremont, you might want to bring
it's cold.
a heavy coat.
It's like I said, if you're going to be walking around at 2 in the morning, it's 35 degrees. It's cold, or 40 degrees. But whatever, the 40 is as cold as I can stand it. But yeah, then you go in and it's really hot. So,
coat checks?
There's no such thing.
No.
So,
never seen one.
You're on your own. But you know what? You're from Illinois. You got the thicker blood. You know what? You could wear just a light coat or a sweater.
Yeah,
a heavy sweater, you'll be fine.
Yeah, right now it's cold to us, but we'll look out in pools, and we see people swimming still. So
I know.
You people can handle a little bit better than us.
One of the best quotes I think you ever said was,
what's that?
I said, I don't like the weather if it starts anything under like a 8 or 9. And you said, I don't like if it's anything under a 1.
That's right.
I'm with you.
I like
and
it
that's funny.
hot.
I correct myself. You know what? I'm with you. I'd rather it be 120 than 40 any day of the week.
Yeah,
120
don't
doesn't
like the
stop you
cold.
from doing anything. 120? If it was 120 right now, it's nighttime, it'd be 100 degrees. If this was August, we do whatever you want. Go on the Strip. Okay, maybe you don't want to jog, but I'm not going to jog anyway. So, but you can do whatever. You can go out if you have concerts at night. You can watch movies at night in the park and do all that stuff. It's 40. You can't do crap when it's 40. Nothing.
Yeah. Light jacket. You'll be
light
fine.
jacket.
Don't worry.
You're from Illinois. You're fine. So that's a very good question.
Yes, very good.
So, doesn't happen in Vegas. Some places, but and this is one of those places. Last call. This Hemingway was really good.
It was.
You made one for me, you made one for you last night.
Mine was
I should have
better.
had it. You know what? I made a Bloody Mary, which I was going to make on the show this week, but we had to get rid of this. Are we on? Oh. So anyway, here's what you find out. Oh, come on! That was genius.
Classic.
All right, waka waka. All right. Here's how you find out how to not get knocked out, knocked up, thrown out, thrown in jail, or thrown up here in Las Vegas. And I've got a tip. No. So
Thrown up.
this is my favorite tip, other than a personal one that happens to be attached to me, that I can even think of. Now this is so good, I can't even begin to fathom. It's called valet your drunk ass car. This, ladies and gentlemen, is such a great tip. So say you're on the Strip, or anywhere in Vegas, and you get a little toasty, or toasted, tipsy, 3 sheets, one of your drunk terms. You're like, what am I going to do? Well, here's what most people do, which is a bad idea. They just take a cab home. I mean, it's a great idea, don't get me wrong, but they just leave it where it was. So I've met many a person, won't mention any names, but we know a few out there, you know who they are, who the next day not only don't know what level they parked on, don't know what hotel they parked at.
That's bad news.
And we had a couple friends like a couple weeks ago that almost got to the panic stage. Like, okay, we've tried 4 different hotels. I don't know where my car is. Like, valet it. They'll come get it for you. You go to the valet, go, hey, look, man, I'm going to stay here tonight, or take a cab, whatever you're going to do. Will you come with me and valet my car? Yeah, they'll go right with you. They'll take your car and put a valet, give you a ticket. give them a couple bucks. I mean, heck, it's worth it. Give them $3 to $5. And if you got money, give them 20. The next day when you wake up, you got a ticket. Goes, hey, my car's at Harrah's. Killer.
You have evidence in your pocket.
I think that is the way to go. It didn't cost you any more than if you were to valet it and go, whatever. Our tip anyway is just valet no matter what. But if you didn't valet and you parked in the lot, pull it in the valet or have them pull it in the valet. That is so smart.
Right, then you won't be doing your roadside Olympics.
You won't do roadside Olympics. I remember a time, you and I, before we lived here, we were staying at the Hilton, and stupidly, we drove somewhere. I ended up being Paris, I think it was, and then did our whole night on the Strip. Well, that was really dumb because we took a cab back to the Hilton, and then we did that same thing. It's the walk of shame the next day, walking around with your alarm thing on panic under your chin, trying to hear your car go off because it's like I don't know where it was. I know it was in Bally's or Paris. We had to walk around. Then you hear it going off. It's like, okay, it's below us. It's like just valet it. It's so much easier. You don't have to worry about picking it up. You don't have to worry about where it is. And you can leave it there for, I think, a good month.
Yeah.
That was another question. You know
forever.
what? That should have been on our email. We did get a question. Someone was in town visiting us, or visiting Vegas, and we met up with them, that said, how long can you leave your car in a parking lot here? I was like, I think forever. Who would ever know?
I think until the tires flatten and there's spider webs.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, who would ever know? In fact, I was feeling schemy. So I came up with this whole scheme that like you could say your car got stolen and you can stop making payments on it, but then you just go like once a month and move your car from one level to another in like the Mandalay Bay parking. Not that I would do this. You could do that for years. Who would ever know?
You're like an arch criminal, Dave.
Right, no, but I come up with like
without
the dumbest.
Without a car.
Yeah, but I come up with the dumbest capers ever. Like what does that do? It's like I need to come up with a caper that does something. That just gets you out of. I don't know what that does.
It does nothing.
Look, I had my car in Mandalay Bay for 2 years. It's like,
wow.
What did that do? I mean, woohoo,
It's fun for you.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's the 15th. They got to go move the car. Well, because they got to be used to cars pulling in there and staying for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
And then if it's on a different level the next month, how are they going to know?
They wouldn't.
Or maybe they would. I'd like to talk to a parking enforcement guy, see do they check? Do they have like some kind of record of you coming in? Be interesting to find out.
They
got to be.
They do check.
They got to.
There are some parking places that will say, after a certain amount of time, your car is at risk of being towed.
Oh, okay. But then if you move it.
By Hard Rock on the Strip.
Right.
Says that explicitly.
Okay. Because a lot of people go every day. Like a lot of the regular like gambling types, they probably go and stay for weeks and then go back for a week and then come back for another week or two. I mean, that car could be in that lot pretty consistently. So anyway, that has nothing to do with my tip. I'm just saying valet it. That's where you know where it is.
That's a fine tip.
You like going to bed knowing where your stuff is. Where's my car? Oh, I know where it is. It's at the Hard Rock Valet or whatever. That's fine. Cool. I can lay my little head down and rest assured. So, thank you, live studio audience.
Thank you, live chat room.
Thank you, Roku, for being so awesome. And iTunes. Man, iTunes is awesome.
It is.
I love iTunes. I'm on iTunes all day. I just listen to stuff all day long. And Twitter, we're the LV Locals. Mm-hmm. And we check in everywhere so you see where we're at and you can see what we're doing. And I think I did quote on Twitter that this is the most grannified place I've ever been into in my life. Market City, whatever it was.
The antique store.
The antique store. Also, the whole network is Vegas Video Network.
Check out the other shows.
Oh, my God, the shows are getting so good. We might be the best, but I say might.
You're not invited to the party already.
No, I'm kidding. You know what? By the way, have you watched that Mancini guy's show?
I have.
They were foodies, too. I like watching his show.
Yeah,
Top of the food chain. Good show. Also, there's this little thing called Living in Las Vegas. Kind of started the whole thing.
They're pretty good. Those
Oh,
guys.
check it out.
Scott and Melissa, pretty good.
They did a Christmas episode. Did stockings hung on the chimney with care. Right, and I might soon be there. Anyway, iTunes and YouTube.
I think you got all the bases covered.
Yes. You know, we do urge you to drink responsibly. Leave your car at the valet if you can. But we do leave stuff out. I don't know if we left anything out. I think we hit them all today. But we do not make stuff up until next week with my shaker in hand.
And empty glasses. Cheers.
Cheers.